certainly been a long time since we did another Batman Arkham Knight update video, so I figured, hey, might as well now might as well be the time to do that. I mean, there's been a ton of news that's come out since I did my first Arkham Knight updates video, so yeah, right now it seems the best time to do it. A lot of news has come out. I mean, a lot, like so much that I had to get a whole pad just to write it down and just keep notes of what I should talk about in this video. The reason why I didn't do this way back in like April or May or whatever, the reason why I didn't do a part 2 Arkham Knight update video was because there just wasn't really that much news to cover. I mean, there was a couple of news snippets like a screenshot and stuff like that, but not really too much that I could actually put into a whole 15 or 20-minute video, just enough to fill like a 5-minute video. And I'm trying to keep the parts to the update videos just at a very minimal number, like maybe 4 or 5 parts at the very most, if not like 7, I guess. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to compress a lot of the news into one big video for you guys. So there's not a ton of Arkham Knight update videos. Like there's not like 10 parts on like one piece of news per video. I just want to get a lot of news into one video. These are pretty much like roundup videos, pretty much just taking all the news that's come out about the game and just putting all the one video and giving my thoughts to you guys on what I think about those little pieces of news. So yeah, my thoughts on all these pieces of news is probably gonna take a real long for this video. Hopefully not, but these are pretty much all the snippets of news from late March up until right now, until just a couple days ago, and they announced a few other things coming out about the game. So yeah, I got a couple notes here, so I'd say sit down, grab a snack, do something, because I'm about to talk to you guys about Batman Arkham Knight. First things first, there's a new gameplay trailer. Again, these are one of the earlier pieces of news that came out like way back in March or April, something like that. But the first trailer we got was more of a cinematic trailer. Like it wasn't like in-game footage or anything. It was just giving you guys an idea of what the plot of the game is going to be. But the gameplay trailer gives you guys an idea of what the gameplay of the trailer is going to be, hence the name gameplay trailer from duh. And something that I never really realized until the gameplay trailer is that this game has a completely different look entirely to it. I mean, I knew that from the start. It's definitely gonna have a little bit of a different look in it, but when I heard Rocksteady say that and saying that it was gonna be on the next gen console, it's gonna have a completely different look to it, I just assumed that meant it was gonna be like better picture and sound quality. Like it was just gonna be the same graphics from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, just in HD. But seeing as how it's on the next gen consoles, it has a completely different design to it entirely. Like all the characters are designed completely differently, and they look just 100% realistic. And it just shows you how far we've come with video games from just little pixels on a screen to pretty much live action looking people on the screen. It's really impressive. So that's something I'm really impressed with right now. It just looks so realistic compared to Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City's graphics. That may make it out to be like the black sheep of the series, but in my opinion, I think it's really, really badass and just really cool looking right now. The gameplay trailer gives you guys an idea of what the combat in the game is going to be like, as well as what the Batmobile is going to be like in the game. So I say definitely check out that trailer. Also, before I get into anything else, there will be links in the description to all the stuff we talk about in the trailer. So if you can't find it anywhere else, the links will be provided below. So check those out. Another thing we also have are in-game screenshots of the actual game. I'm not really going to get too in-depth into these because they're just full screenshots of the game from the actual in-game. They're going to be in-game screenshots. That's really all I can really get into about that. They're just screenshots, so check them out below. There's also a video on Game Informer's YouTube channel, which is talking about the animation and what went into that Batman Arkham Knight, which is also really interesting to see. I always like seeing behind the scenes of video games. I'm always aware of like behind the scenes and movies and stuff like that, but with video games it's very different and a lot more that goes into video games than I think movies really, because the entire environment is just CG, and it's not like a movie where it's just you watch it and that's it. You're playing the movie practically with a video game, so it's interesting to see some behind the scenes stuff of video games. It's just about everything that was said in the Game Informer issue of Batman Arkham Knight about the animation in the game, but just in video form. So I guess if you don't like reading, this is a perfect video for you. And there was also a video talking about the music of Arkham Knight, which is also interesting to see how the music is coming along. And I'm really, really excited. I love the music in Arkham City. Not too much in Arkham Asylum, and I liked it for the most part in Arkham Origins. But Arkham City's score was really great. I can't wait to see the score for this game, especially seeing how it's last game, so it'll probably be really badass and bombastic. So can't wait to see that. Also, speaking of some screenshots, like I mentioned before, there's also some new screenshots revealing, well, the main title character in the game, and not Batman. I mean, there are some screenshots of Batman, but the other title character in the game, Arkham Knight. We finally get a review of how he actually looks in the game. And back when I did my first Arkham Knight update videos, it showed off his silhouette, like not really any of the details on him, just his figure. That was really about it. In silhouette, like I mentioned. But one of the captions and one of the little descriptions of the character said that he was a more militaristic looking Batman, and to me he looked like a more robotic Batman, at least his silhouette. But here we finally get the details of how he looks, and he actually looks pretty cool for the most part. He has a giant Arkham A logo on his chest, and his mask or his face or whatever he's actually going to end up being looks very robotic, but it looks more like a robotic Batman cowl than anything else, which definitely plays into the rumors that this guy has something associated with Batman. Definitely not counting on it being Jason Todd, and I'll get into later why it's probably not Jason Todd, but he has to have something with Batman, and I'm really, really excited to see who he ends up being. There is some rumors as to who he is, and I'll get into that when I go into the rumors section of this video. But yeah, I'm really interested to see who this guy is. I mean, I know Rocksteady is saying that he's a completely new and different creation and whatnot, but we all kind of know what that means. He's some big reveal, twist, and character. So yeah, he may actually end up being an original character, but my money's on him actually being um, a already known Batman character or villain, so I'm excited to see if that actually does end up happening. But some screenshots below if you want to see, what he actually looks like, so check those out. There was also some leaked audio from a demo that was actually shown by Dax Jen, one of the lead directors of this video game, and it's really nothing all that impressive. It's just Dax Jen going batshit, and no pun intended, but batshit crazy in this game. It's pretty funny to hear. The audio quality is not really all that great, so I wouldn't recommend checking this one out, but it's Arkham Knight Updates where I, talk about everything that has to do with Arkham Knight, so I kind of had to include in this video, but it's definitely interesting to see. It's probably a lot more interesting to see, or better, better wording to hear this at the time that this video was released, but now seeing as how we actually have gameplay demo and better audio, it's probably better to check out that video later. But this definitely I would check out too, just in case. It's leaked, so like I said, the audio quality isn't that great, but it's really funny to hear Dax Jen just flipping his shit over a game that he's making, and he's definitely enthusiastic about the game, so that enthusiasm definitely rubs off on me and probably a lot of other people too, so I wouldn't recommend checking this one out, but check it out, I guess, if you're interested enough. And then we have another trailer for the game, which isn't like a trailer that's anything really all that impressive. Well, I guess to a certain extent, like if you're expecting more of the story of the game to be revealed or whatever, you're not going to get that because this trailer focuses on the Batmobile, more specifically the Batmobile's battle mode, apparently. If you thought that the look of the Batmobile in this game looked like, well, a fucking tank, then, well, I guess you were right, because it turns out that the Batmobile in this game is pretty much, well, just that, a fucking tank, because the battle mode is just this giant artillery-heavy Batmobile, which has guns and lasers and just all the shit popping off of it that you can actually use in the game to take out other cars or other enemies on the roads or wherever in Gotham, which I gotta say, it's kind of badass. I mean, it kind of makes the Batmobile look like a fucking Transformer, which if there's any vehicle that's gotta be a Transformer, why the Batmobile has, been a Transformer until now is beyond me. But I mean, Batman is always associated with not using guns. I mean, having the gun be on a car is really no different than him really holding a gun in his hand. I mean, a gun's a gun. Like, a gun shoots bullets. These shoot bullets too, so what's the point? Well, it doesn't really look like he shoots bullets. I don't know, it looks like he shoots lasers out of them. But wouldn't that be worse or something like that? It's really hard to see what it is exactly, but it just seems kind of weird that Batman is using guns of really any kind, unless they have their own bullets, of course. But I'm definitely interested to see how you'll be able to use this in the game, and it's absolutely badass looking. I can say that for sure. Like, it's badass. I'm really interested to see how it's going to be used in the game. But it just seems kind of odd. It was kind of the same problem I had with the Tim Burton Batman movies. Like he doesn't use guns in those movies, and he doesn't kill, but he doesn't mind at all putting machine guns on the Batmobile. Again, it's no difference. It's no difference than having a gun actually being used in your hand or whatever. It just seems kind of odd to me. But yeah, the battle mode trailer is definitely very interesting, and the Batmobile in this game is definitely one of the more interesting Batmobiles to me. I mean, I'm not completely 100% against it, but it is very interesting, and I can't wait to see how it's actually going to be used in the game. Next up, we have probably the biggest piece of news related about this game. Probably the piece of news that you guys wanted me to talk about the most with this game, which is the fact that the game is no longer being released in 2014 and is in fact being released, or in fact got delayed until 2015, and that's pretty much the only date that we have, the only information on the release date of this game that we have right now. They haven't given us any specifics on the day or the month of the release. They just said a 2015 release date, and that's about that. And there's probably a piece of news that you guys wanted me to talk about the most, so I'm about to talk about it. And what are my honest thoughts about this 2015 delay? Well, I don't mind it. And you guys are probably really shocked by hearing me say that, but to be honest, I'm really not against this 2015 delay because they have their reasons. They really do have their honest reasons, and these are reasons that I completely 100% back because I honestly get where they're coming from. Guys, this game took 3 years alone to make in order being released in 2014, and this is also the last and final Batman game we're getting, at least from Rocksteady, for at least a very long time. So I want this game to be as good as fucking possible. I want this game to be worth all the money that I'm spending on it, especially if I'm going to get the collector's edition, if there isn't going to be a collector's edition for this game that comes out. I want this game to be worth all the money that I spend on it, and that is pretty much what Rocksteady had to say about the 2015 delay. They were saying, we just really want to make this game the best Batman game ever, the best in-game Batman experience that you guys will ever receive. We want to make it the best finale that we can possibly make it. They're pretty much just saying, we want to make this game good. We don't want to rush it out. We don't want to, just shit it out just to make a quick, few bucks. We want to make it good. We want to make it better than good. We want to make it great, amazing, and best Batman game ever. And if that's their reasoning behind delaying it till 2015, early 2015, then, again, like I said, I don't mind that at all because I want this game to be worth all the money that I'm spending on it. And look at it this way. You're not only paying for the game itself, which is about $60 at full price, but a lot of people are getting this game. A lot of people who are getting this game also have to get some of the next-gen consoles, which are easily about $400 to $500, depending on what you get in PS4, Xbox, One, or if you're a lucky bastard that has PC, then well, fuck you because you're goddamn lucky. So not only are you paying the $60 full price for the game itself, but you're paying $400 to $500 for the actual console to play the game. And like I mentioned, an unannounced collector's edition may be coming in the future, so even more than $560, at close to $600 at the very most. So yeah, I want this game to be worth it. I don't want to have spend all that money to just regret having to spend all that money. That's kind of how I felt with Arkham Origins a little bit, but I still do enjoy Arkham Origins, don't get me wrong. But I don't mind this delay because, okay, I don't mind it for kind of a very selfish, biased reason, but it gives me a little bit more time to actually find a way to get the Xbox One or PS4, preferably an Xbox One, but that's just for my own personal reasons. So yeah, I don't mind the delay because one, they're working on the game even more than ever. They're really making sure that the game is going to be good, the game is going to be great, and that pretty much gives them no excuse to give us a phone in, half-ass game. So I'm excited about that, and it also gives me a reason to or gives me some ample time to get an Xbox One. So that's really good. I'm probably gonna have to for Christmas or something like that, but yeah, there aren't really any specifics on the actual release date. All that we have is the 2015 release date. If it ends up being that this is delayed till October 2015, then yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit pissed off. But if it's just an early February, March release date in 2015, then I really can't complain all that much. I mean, we got a Batman game last year. I can hold off a little bit until this Batman game. So yeah, especially if it's gonna end up being really fucking good. We also got some gameplay demo footage and actual coverage footage from E3 a couple months back for this. So if you want to see some more gameplay in it, then there's definitely some footage here. The gameplay footage also reveals the Scarecrow in this game. We already had an idea we already knew that Scarecrow was going to be in this game, that he was going to be one of the major player villains in the game, but we finally actually get a reveal of what he looks like in the game, and damn, this is one of the most badass Scarecrow designs I've ever seen in my life. Like, the best way to describe him is that he looks like a Rob Zombie wet dream. He just looks so disfigured and disgruntled and just downright pathetic, but also really badass looking. I mean, after he got devoured and somehow survived being beaten, having the shit kicked out of him by Killer Croc in Arkham Asylum, he just looks like a zombie pretty much. I mean, that's like the best way I think you can make Scarecrow look like a zombie, like look really scary. I mean, that's one thing I always said about Scarecrow is that you gotta make him scary. I mean, scare is in his name, Scarecrow, so you gotta make him scary. So here, he looks scary. Like again, like I said, he looks like a zombie, and he looks just absolutely disgusting, and look like he's just dying as you're looking at him. He just looks so badass in this game. And the way that they introduced him in the gameplay footage was just a great callback to Batman Arkham Asylum, where the game looked like it was about to glitch up and about to break, but that was just a reveal. That was really great. I really enjoyed that a lot. There was also some coverage footage of Dax Jen, one of the lead directors in this game, talking about the game at E3 press conference, so definitely check that out too. And like I mentioned, the Scarecrow reveal. And this is just a little fun piece of news I thought I might as well throw in here. Angry Joe actually reviewed one of the lead animators of this game, and I'm a big Angry Joe fan, so I just wanted to throw that little piece of information there just to, throw it in there. I mean, again, if Batman Arkham Knight updates, I gotta put every little piece of news I can find in there, so it's just another little fun tidbit to put in there. But one thing that we also have that sort of gets us towards the official release date, but I can't be quite certain of this. Somebody interviewed Kevin Conroy, the voice actor for Batman in the Batman Arkham games franchise, as well as the guy who's voicing Batman in this game, my personal favorite Batman, by the way. And he gave away a possible January 2015 release date. Again, like I said, this is not set in stone. This is just a rumor right now, but that's what he thinks is going to be happening, but that may not actually end up being what is to happen. Then again, he did let loose that this game was happening last year at Dallas Comic Con, so you may never know. This could come out as soon as January, but I wouldn't count on it. That's all I'm saying. But definitely check out the interview below because Kevin Conroy is just fucking awesome. And something that's also very interesting, speaking of Scarecrow, is that Scarecrow will actually have a DLC pack exclusively shown, exclusively only on PS4. So I guess if you're planning on getting a PS4, or if you already have a PS4 and you're getting this game, then I guess you're in luck because you can play in a Scarecrow challenge map, which pretty much turns Gotham into an absolute hellhole. Just think of the Scarecrow levels from Arkham Asylum, but with the Batmobile in the middle of Gotham, which sounds pretty badass to me. It's kind of making me want to get this for PS4 as opposed to Xbox One. Um, and speaking of DLCs, we also have a Harley Quinn DLC coming out for this game. Now, we already knew that if you pre-ordered the game, you would actually get to play as Harley Quinn in challenge maps. But not only challenge maps you get to play as Harley Quinn, but there's also a story pack DLC for this game coming out, which is very interesting. I mean, the DLC pack for the challenge maps is already self-explanatory. You can play certain challenge maps, but the story pack DLC kind of leaves it open to interpretation of what it's actually going to be about. Maybe she's looking, to resurrect the Joker. In fact, that is actually one of the rumors that the story pack will have her looking for the Lazarus pit in Joker's body to revive him. That would be very interesting to see, but nothing has been confirmed at all. It's just a rumor at this point. But it has been confirmed that she will be getting a story DLC pack, so it's kind of interesting to see. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what that will actually end up being. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the biggest piece of news, actually the most recent piece of news, which I gotta say, when this was announced, I was so fucking happy because this is something I've always wanted to see in this particular Batman franchise video game, which is Red Hood. Red Hood's in the fucking game. Well, he's in it, but he's not in it at the same time. He will be an official DLC story pack, very much like Harley Quinn's in the game, and he will be in the game. I'm not sure if that means he will be in the actual game's main story arc. It will just be an exclusive DLC only. But the point is, he is in the game. He is associated with the game. He will have a tie-in to this game, which definitely excites the hell out of me. That's why I now have some doubts that the Arkham Knight actually would end up being Red Hood or Jason Todd. This is going to be Jason Todd Red Hood, not the Joker Red Hood. Um, and even if Jason Todd actually did end up being the Arkham Knight in this game, it just seems kind of like a really bad idea because why would he create a completely different persona when he already has his own persona, the Red Hood? It just seemed kind of like an odd and just really stupid idea and rumor that was flying around at the time. But Red Hood will have an official story DLC um, in this game. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to show up actually in the game's main plot, but definitely will be in the game. If he does show up in the game's main plot, I expect it to be something akin to Robin's feature, the way Robin was featured in Arkham City, where he just showed up and handed Batman just a quick gadget and then ran off and did his own thing with the challenge maps. But I'm really excited about this. And like I said, it's a story DLC pack. It's not a challenge map DLC pack. We'll probably be able to also place him in challenge maps. Nothing has been confirmed about that, but that's my guess on it. But he will actually have a story DLC, and same thing with Harley Quinn. So when I hear that they'll have a story DLC pack, I expect it to be something akin to Catwoman's story DLC in Arkham City, where it was certain story episodes that you could play as, and hopefully free roam. If there's anything in this game I want some Red Hood free roam once the game is finished. That'd be great. Also, Robin was actually just unofficially announced to be in the actual game. Comic-Con is actually going on right now, so at Comic-Con they are showing off a lot of stuff regarding both Batman Arkham Knight, and one of those was actually one of the unfinished action figures, Play Arts Kai action figure of Robin from Arkham Knight, so he will have some association with this game. Not sure if it will be an in-game story association or a DLC, but point is he's in the game, so that'll be very interesting to see. Um, Now we get into some of the rumors. I wanted to split this video up into two sections. One being the official news that has been confirmed at this point, and the other being just the rumors, the stuff that hasn't been confirmed, and the stuff that is just, could be real or could be fake for all we know. But the first piece of news comes from a while back, I think back in March or April, which is Damian Wayne somehow being involved in the game. There's no specifics on him actually, him and his involvement in the game and why he'll be in the game. But this pretty much came from when Best Buy tweeted tweet about Batman Arkham Knight that described, like play as Batman's son riding through the Batmobile through Gotham, something like that. The tweet is no longer on Twitter anymore. It's no longer on Best Buy's Twitter page. It's been deleted since then. So either they deleted it because one, it was false information, or two, they accidentally let the cat out of the bag of Damian Wayne being associated with this game. And my personal thoughts on this, I like Damian Wayne as a character, and it would be cool to see him actually in a video game, especially if he's playable. But with all the other stuff going on in the game, with Scarecrow's plot going on, Red Hood being in the game, Harley Quinn's DLC, and all this other stuff going on in the game, as well as the actual plot of the game, which will probably encompass enough that it needs, just plenty. I really don't mind. I don't mind if he's not in the game. I really don't care, and it just seems really unnecessary to bring him into the game. Like that's a whole different plot in and of itself. That could fill an entire different Batman game or movie. So I don't mind if he actually doesn't end up being in the game. So right now it's just a rumor as far as I know. And then also one that I don't mind not seeing in the actual game is Superman. There's been rumors flying for just about a while now that Superman, no pun intended, that Superman would actually be featured in this game, and not just as like a passing mention cameo, like, oh, hey, Superman should be here helping me, which would be something I guess Batman would say, but it's actually like an in-game physical appearance cameo, which I gotta say I'm really against this, and not because I'm not a Superman fan. I've gone on and on again to say I love Superman as a character. He's my second favorite character of all time. My second favorite superhero of all time, of course, Batman. But having him show up in the game kind of contradicts the fact that this is a Batman game, and it kind of just makes you ask the question, well, if Superman is, in this game, why didn't he just help out Batman and with the whole shit that's going on with Gotham and the Scarecrow trying to take over Gotham and everything? It kind of just makes you ask the question, well, if Superman's in this game, why isn't it just a Superman game? You just fix all this in like a second. Like, if you want to have a Superman Easter egg in the game, like have some radio be turned on and Clark Kent is reporting on all the stuff that's going on in Gotham. That's fine by me. Like that's good. But if you actually have Superman in the game, kind of contradicts the fact that it's a Batman game. It kind of makes you question why it's a Batman game and not just a Superman game. I do want Rocksteady to make a Superman game. I'd buy that game in a heartbeat because I knew it would be great. It would be the best Superman game to date. But having him actually appear physically in the game just kind of seems contradictory of it being a Batman game. Like, it's Batman. It should just be Batman. Like, if it was called Batman and Superman, the video game, I'd have different feelings. But because it's just Batman Arkham Knight, I don't feel as if he should really be in the game. If you want to mention him, fine by me, but I don't really feel as if he should actually be in the game. And if he's just going to fly by and say hi, that's like, one of the most useless cameos ever. It's like, oh, hey, Clark, you have enough time to say hi, but you don't have enough time to fix all this shit that's going on in Gotham. Thanks there, you fucking douche. But this is just a rumor as far as I know right now, so I wouldn't really count on him actually being in the game. Now this one is one that I just find downright really fucking stupid. There was an interview with one of the lead animators of the game, Zafar Kobin, who, like I mentioned, one of the lead animators of the game, and he, I guess, unofficially gave away the identity of the Arkham Knight. Now again, this is just a rumor as far as I know, so this could be fake, this could be real. My money is on it being fake because it just sounds like a really absurd and just downright dumb rumor. But if you guys don't want to be spoiled, just in case this actually is real, I would click away from this video right now. But he sort of accidentally, there are definitely air quotes on accidentally gave away the Arkham Knight's identity is Nightwing. And the fact that he wants to get back at Batman for some reason or another, I could just leave it right there, and you guys know why that would be a really stupid idea. I mean, it's Nightwing is Dick Grayson. That's like Batman's first son, not blood son, but Batman's first son. And I know that Nightwing specifically, just Nightwing and Batman don't really, get along all that much. But I don't think Nightwing would go as far as to actually try to kill Batman, especially because he helped him out in the Arkham City Challenge match. So that just seems really odd, and it would just seem really weird because we never really got any other mention of Nightwing other than, like I said, the challenge match in Arkham City. So to have him be the main villain in the next game just seems really, I don't know, underdeveloped. It just seems really, really stupid, and it's just a downright bad reveal, I guess, for that matter. So yeah, that just seems like a really dumb idea. I hope, just because I think it's a dumb idea doesn't mean it's not true. It's a rumor. It could be either real or it could be fake. But from my personal opinion, I hope it's not real because it just sounds like a really dumb idea. And that's all I have to say about that. And also getting back to DLCs, there's a possible Deathstroke DLC in the works. Again, kind of like with Damian Wayne, my thoughts on Superman. With everything else going on, I really don't care for this Deathstroke DLC. I know it'd be cool to see Deathstroke again in the Arkham games, but I really could care less. And there's also some rumor going around of there being Batman skins, but of the Nolan Batman movies, like a Catwoman skin from that movie and a Batman suit from the Nolan Batman movies. That'd be interesting to see, but I could really care less about the skins because at the end of the day, they're just the same thing, just a different costume, so I could really care less. But again, it's just a rumor. And the very last piece of news is a very interesting piece of news because the possible, heavily air quotes were impossible plot outline for the Batman game, Batman Arkham Knight, got leaked on 4chan, has since then been rolling around the internet and stuff like that. Various sources are claiming it to be fake and just downright untrue, but a lot of other sources are saying that it's real, it could be real, it maybe be real, but all around it could be fake. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description, but for your guys' safety, if you guys don't want to be spoiled, I would not check it out just in case it actually is real, because at this point, it's very ambiguous as to whether this is actually true or it's false. Possible plot outline, I have a feeling it's not real because it barely makes any mention of Two-Face or Penguin or even Harley Quinn, even though they're heavily showcased in the marketing for this game, like in the trailers and even the DLC and all that stuff. So I have a feeling that it's not real, but the game or this plot outline, this leaked plot outline, gave away, I guess, the actual identity of the Arkham Knight, which again, this may not be the actual, um, the actual real thing. This could be fake. But in case you guys don't want to be spoiled, I would put the video right here. But the identity of Arkham Knight could be a clone of Bruce Wayne, and that clone actually is akin to Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond, which is very reminiscent of the episode from Justice League Unlimited, I believe, called Epilogue, where you find out that Terry is actually the biological clone son of Bruce Wayne. So it could be that, and if it is that, then that'd be a very, very interesting way of doing. And it is actually backed up because the Arkham Knight would then be controlled by Amanda Waller. That is one of the details that was listed in this possible plot outline. If that's the case, then that's very interesting and definitely something I wouldn't have thought of. Um, and it would be a very creative and interesting way to have worked Terry McGinnis into this Batman continuity. But I don't know. I hope this isn't the plot outline of the game because I read the whole fucking thing, so I just spoiled the whole game for me. But it barely makes any reference or any mention of any of the other stuff we've seen from Batman Arkham Knight. Like I mentioned, Two-Face, Penguin, Harley Quinn. Barely makes any mention of them. So for the most part, I think that this is false. I'm very 50-50 on it. I guess I can explain it like that way. I mean, it's very like half of me thinks it's real, half of me thinks it's not. I hope it's not real. Like I really hope it's not real because I just spoiled the whole game for me then. But it is just a rumor at this point. I'll put a link in the description to where you can find this plot outline if it wasn't already taken off the internet. But yeah, I'll find it for you guys, and I will leave it there in the description for you guys, if optional, if you would like to view it. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. All the news that I have to say. I doubt that I covered everything that was released from March to up until this point. There's going to be plenty of more news probably coming up later this week because, well, Comic-Con is happening, and, with that, there's definitely going to be a lot more Batman news regarding this and probably a lot of other Batman properties. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say about Batman Arkham Knight at this point. I just rounded up all the news, and I'll have some more Arkham Knight update video guys for you very soon. Hopefully not as late as this video, but very, very soon. So that's all I have to say about that. So take care, and like I said, all the information will be found in the links in the description. It'll probably take me a little bit longer to get all the links up because I'm having trouble distributing the links to the description box for some reason, but I'll try my very best to have all the links down there below. So check those out. I'll have some more Arkham Knight update videos for you guys, and some more Batman videos up for you guys, and I'll have some more Batman videos up by the end of the week. So see you guys later.